The Bible says in Genesis, "As for you, you meant evil against me, but God meant it for good, to bring it about that many people should be kept alive as they are today." Last night, it is what happens when man says something, but God says differently. God has granted us justice. Trump, he has lost millions and gained it back, was impeached and acquitted twice, indicted 4 times, sustained an immeasurable amount of lawfare that is unprecedented for a former president of the United States, faced 2 attempts on his life, and still he has made history as only the 2nd American president to secure non-consecutive terms as of last night. We're on the verge of having a true mandate. No more hiding, folks. Happy MAGA Day. Let's go.
I hate to be the person that gets on here and cries, but this could break me and my parents apart, because they just don't understand what they voted for and like what it means, and the bigotry and hatred that they stand behind, and how I am trying to be a good person. I'm not Catholic like they are, which is ironic because it's religion's supposed to make you love. But I could see it breaking me and my parents apart, because they just don't get it, and they don't get that they voted for someone who's gonna make my friends' lives hell. My life's okay, I'm a white woman, but my friends are not gonna be okay.
Yo, I'm scared to go to sleep. I might wake up a motherfucking slave.
On Disney Plus.
Y'all, why are y'all Trump supporters? Why?
This is a fraud.
Why are y'all Trump supporters? Why is this a thing right now? Why is this okay? I can't do this no more. I should have kept my vote to myself, because I knew it didn't fucking matter. I knew it didn't.
I'm sorry! No! Why? Why? Do you really hate me that bad? This is all prank, right? We're just gonna wake up tomorrow morning and everything's gonna go back to the way it'll be a psych. It'll be a really bad dream, and none of this will have ever happened, right? It'll be like the first time, and then we're all gonna pull through fine in 4 years. Correct? Please? Someone tell me? I can tell you one thing right now, marriage is the farthest thing from on the table currently. So they screwed the pooch on that one if they thought that any of this was going to actually help with the whole family and kids department and lowering birth rates, because not even any semblance of thoughts I had or hope for that is completely going to be a no thanks for me, love. You think I would ever even dare bring a child into this country now? It was rough before. Now? No. That's cute. And the men, don't even get me started about dating. To think I was still entertaining a few moderates here and there sometimes. No, honey, no. Not even close. That's never goodbye.
Harrison and Dancy, oh yeah, I guess we were the problem. You think the Democratic consultant class that had been robbing you blind this entire time is gonna go, oh, I guess we were the problem. No, you have to fire them. So the next time that some son of a bitch on MSNBC or in the Democratic Party tells you, oh no, be a good boy and girl, be civil, and vote for Democratic leaders, they know what they're doing. Those are the same goddamn liars that told you that Joe Biden was totally fine, that he was young and he was dynamic behind the scenes, and it wasn't a problem at all. At that point, he was down 8 points nationally. He was getting slaughtered. He was down by 18 in Iowa, and I could go on and on. They've been lying to you the whole time. If you're on the left, you're a Democratic voter. Wakey, wakey. I need to wake you up out of the hypnosis that you're in, that Morning Joe and The View and all of mainstream media has put you in. They're lying to you. Why do you think they keep losing? You think they keep telling you how smart they are and how they're gonna deliver you victories. And all they ever do is deliver loss after loss after loss. So Democratic voters, snap out of it. These guys are obvious liars. Fire them all. Fire them all. And if
he's fired up just a little bit.
Yeah, wakey, wakey. It is Wednesday and it's time for Pop and Politics. We are talking about the latest in hot topics, news, and entertainment. Well, the latest is we have a new president, President Donald J. Trump, number 47. I'm KJ. Let me introduce you to my co-host. Of course, we have Nicole back with us, director of the Black Conservative Federation, and Shelly E.
No, we're back.
Yes, we are.
We're back.
All right, we're going to get into it all, guys. We're going to run down what happened yesterday, the numbers. We're also going to run down the crazy leftist reaction, Kamala's concession speech, and more. But before we get into it, you got to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Get those likes up, folks. We want to make sure our this broadcast gets high on the YouTube algorithm. Again, we're here on YouTube and Rumble. You can also listen to us on Apple Podcasts or Spotify under the name Pop and Politics. Here on YouTube, your super chats and donations go a long way in helping us produce conservative content. Any amount is appreciated. Folks, this is not just a podcast. This is a movement of God-fearing, truth-seeking, America-loving people that value freedom. Stand with us and subscribe so we can amplify this rallying call for freedom. And let's talk about this movement before we get into it. I am so happy about the community that we have built here, the movement. I am so happy. Shelly, I want to start off with you with that. I mean, we did this, folks. We did this.
Yeah.
We did it. We did it. Wait a minute. I got to do something, KJ. I'm sorry. I still got energy to burn. And for all of y'all that didn't see it last night,
God.
I got to do it.
Is it the happy dance? Get it. Get it. Get it. Get it.
All right.
Wait, you got to do it like Trump.
Yeah.
Everybody do the Trump.
We did it. Yes, I'm still tired from yesterday, but it was joy. Came in the morning, and I just got energy to burn. I got to get it out some kind of way. This adrenaline, this cortisol, got to get it down. But yes, we did it. Congratulations, America. Congratulations, Donald J. Trump. Congratulations, all of you. Thank you for hanging in there with us.
Yes, Nicole, you were up.
I'm going to tell you, it was an incredible day. It was an incredible evening. The things that we looked forward to most were the big winners of the night, and that was the American people.
Yep.
You know, when you take a look at some of the numbers, and I know we're going to go in depth, 70 million plus Americans, 70 million plus Americans voted to change the way this nation runs. Proudly.
Absolutely.
Proudly. But you know, KJ talks about getting our likes up. If you got a big kick out of the liberal tears like I did, go ahead and click the like button.
Yes.
You know, if you voted Donald Trump and JD Vance, hit that like button. We want to make sure that we have this victory lap. And then we're going to have to push forward and do the work. But for right now, can we party? Can we party a little bit? Everybody do your little Trump dance.
Yes, can we party? I mean, can we, how many of us prayed? Oh my gosh, we were fasting, we were praying. Continue it, because we still got a lot of work to do, as Nicole mentioned. But I mean, this is phenomenal. This is incredible. I mean, according to Just the News reporting, the electoral movement may soon be known as the D-exit, folks. The American equivalent of Great Britain's Brexit departure from the European Union, as Black males, Hispanic voters, and young voters showed up and showed out for our President Donald J. Trump, and less fervently for Harris compared to Joe Biden or Barack Obama. Arabs and Muslims also underperformed for Harris. The shifts were small but compelling, crumbling a coalition born in the Kennedy-Johnson era and key to the Obama-Biden dynasty that dominated 12 of the last 16 years. This was an upset.
It was upset. Look, I honestly was not nervous at all yesterday. I think over the weekend I had decided, okay, you know what? Tuesday's going to be what it's going to be, right? Only thing I really wanted, other than him to win, I wanted the landslide. If he was going to win, we'll take the win. A win is a win. But I wanted the landslide, and by golly, that's what we got. I mean, this man, his team, and that's another thing I want to keep emphasizing. You know, yeah, Trump, again, Trump talks about himself, and usually he's kind of in a funny way, but 99.99% of the time, he always talks about his team, his people, because he knows as a good leader, you can't do it by yourself. You don't do it by yourself. You typically have the team doing all of the work, whatever, but he always acknowledges his team. I love that about him. I'm just so excited. Again, I just can't wait. We're gonna talk about these lunatics. Yeah, we gotta talk about these lunatics.
Before I get you in here, Nicole, I do want to acknowledge our super chatters tonight, folks. Thank you so much. We have Brown Sugar Baby with the $10 super chat. Says Trump won Mega 2024.
That's right.
Yeah.
All right. Yes, indeed. Thank you so much. So, I mean, Nicole, we said we were going to talk about these numbers. Before we get into that, I want to talk about Morning Joe. So we played some of the clips of these, leftists are losing their minds this morning, and they're probably going to lose their minds all throughout the day.
Oh, the rest of the year.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, definitely. But Morning Joe this morning also lost their minds. Take a look here. This is clip 3.
I just say really quickly, too, Democrats need to be mature, and they need to be honest. And they need to say, yes, there's misogyny. But it's not just misogyny from white men. It's misogyny from Hispanic men.
Right.
It's misogyny from black men, things we've all been talking about, who do not want a woman leading them. Might be race issues with Hispanics. They don't want a black woman as president of the United States. You know, the Democratic Party, I've always found, when you're sitting around talking, they love to just sort of balkanize everybody into these separate groups and say, oh, white people don't like women and black people. No, it is time for the Democrats to say, okay, and you and I have talked about this before, a lot of Hispanic voters have problems with black candidates.
Right.
A lot
and
of,
with other Hispanics. You've got some that don't like each other. And some of the most misogynist things I've heard going on this Get Out the Vote tour came from black men. I mean, misogynist things. So you're absolutely right. It's not simplistic. And we've got to have real honest conversations about it.
Real honest conversations.
Nicole, what they still aren't.
One, they don't get it, and they don't get it bigly, right? But here's the problem. They don't like you doesn't make them misogynist. It just means they don't like you. You know, we talk to voters during the primary season, the run up to the election, on the day of the election and after the election, and over again, what you heard from these quote unquote underperforming portions of the electorate is, I don't like her, right? I don't trust her. I don't like her. And it's okay not to like a candidate. The thing that the Democrats do is they put everybody in these little piles based on your race, your gender, your educational level, where you live in the nation. They do these little piles of people, and then they assign you who you're supposed to like. Well, you're black and she's black, so automatically you should be black together and you should be good. Well, you were born from a black woman, so you should like black women. And black dudes are like, well, wait a minute. I just don't like her. I don't like her vibe. I don't like the way she comes across. I definitely don't like the way that she starts cackling at people. She looks kind of mean, and I don't want that in my president. It has nothing to do with misogyny. It has nothing to do with skin color, race relations. She's just not likable.
Yeah.
Well, what the hell was he talking about? I mean, he put everything in the pot. First of all, Mika looks like a witch in waiting. I mean, with that daggone stuff. I mean, she looked like, and he looked like maybe he could be the wizard on Harry Potter, or an older version. I don't know. They got a lot of stuff going on there.
They were up all night.
What?
They were up all night.
First of all, what they're upset about, and again, we talk the Cenk. I never thought that Cenk and I would agree. The Democrats lie, right? I never thought that
he put the nail on the head. He hit the nail on the head.
He's up here. They're getting veins popping out of their heads. But this is the thing. Their polls lied to them again. Okay, maybe they didn't lie. They were still sorely mistaken. Okay, they underestimated Trump again, oversampled their own people, and they thought they had a win. Okay, maybe the margins were a little bit closer than 2020. Okay, fine. That's one thing. They relied heavily on these polls. They misjudged their own campaigning. Barack Obama, Michelle Obama, J-Lo, Oprah, the big O, all of this demagoguing that they were doing, coming out there literally chastising adults, black people in particular, telling them to get back where they belong, stay in your lane, all that stuff. No, you don't do that to adults. That's number one. They're not kindergartners. You all messed up. You all misjudged. Not only that, you still have not acknowledged all of the crap that you've been putting this man and his administration through. From his first administration, already when he was nominated president-elect, you came the next day, they started this whole Russiagate. He was gracious. He didn't lock her up. He was giving, what do you call it, the leaf or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Giving the leaf, the whatever. Right, giving them the leaf and being gracious. Well, guess what? I'm not gracious. I'm not ready to be gracious. I am not ready. I said today I got a lot of FUs to get out. And all of you religious folk, all of you people, I'm not gracious like Trump. We're going to come after you. We're going to call you out. You lie, you steal, you cheat, you cause fear, you cause all kinds of chaos, and now you want us to somehow take your sob stories as if you're on our side. Get the fuck out of here. That's my FU, the first one for the night.
I want to say, Shelley is right. Shelley is right.
Absolutely right.
One reason why the polls were off, and the biggest loser, in my opinion, of this entire election season is legacy media. Mm-hmm. They have failed us miserably. They failed us because they did not do any type of investigation. They did not press Kamala Harris like she should have, or at least fairly, the way they had pressed Trump and Vance. And because of that, people were fearful to say that they were voting for Trump, voting for Vance. People were fearful to say that they were conservative. People are fearful to even wear their MAGA hats and things out and about.
Exactly.
So you're not
People were assaulted.
You're not going to get an honest feedback or reaction because they have demonized us on the right so much.
Exactly.
So that's what we have going on.
You made a good point. They caused so much fear that they had their people thinking that it was our side that was causing all of the crime. And no, we were not. Like you said, people couldn't even go anywhere wearing the opposition, quote unquote, gear. If you had stuff on your lawn, you got lunatics coming up your path, knocking on your door, telling you to take down Trump signs or Vance signs. Who the F do you think you are? No, we're not gracious. At least I'm not. Not today. Not today, and maybe not the rest of the damn year. Forget all of y'all. You are frauds. You don't do us any good. I want you, if you want to leave, cry, whatever, cry me a freaking river. I don't give a damn, because until you all take responsibility, just like we would have to, if we had laws, yes, we would be upset, whatever, but we still wouldn't be causing no crime. We would be looking back, self-reflecting where we did wrong. Yeah, we might have some blame games, whatever, but we would not be throwing all this crap at you all, saying it's your fault. Now, we would say, yeah, look what you all caused, look what we're going to get. But guess what? We still would take responsibility. So here's my second one. F you tonight.
Yeah.
I don't know how many FUs you got.
I don't know either.
But my goodness. I think for me, the biggest loser, I agree with you, KJ, is the media. But the biggest winner in that is also the American public. A lot of black men that we talked to said that they were going to vote for Donald Trump. But when they talked to another pollster, oh yeah, I'll vote for Kamala, black girl. They got into that voting booth and did exactly what we talked about on this show before. When you're in that voting booth, it's on you. You're voting your conscience, and no one else has to know. When they talked last night, when it was abundantly clear that the race had kind of slipped through her fingers, all of a sudden, Joy Reid goes, it's the white women.
Oh, we have that. We have that clip before you go into it, Nicole. I do want to acknowledge the super chatters, and then we're going to bring you what Joy Reid said. Laura Matisse with the $10 super chat, and she's part of our Freedom Seeker Club. She's a member here. So, guys, if you want to support what we do, join our Freedom Seekers Club. Then we get member perks. You get special emojis. You also get only Freedom Seeker Club content. So definitely join. She says, "Hi, ladies. I know this sounds mean, but I was happy about how Trump won by a landslide." Preach it, Shelly. I love it. All right. Okay, Kung Fu CJ.
Yay.
Kung Fu CJ was with us last night with the $5 super chat. Says, "Hello, ladies. All of you were more qualified than Harris."
Every day of the week, sir. Every day of the week.
Chadwick with the $10 super chat says, "Be careful, you guys have unleashed Shelly, the final boss."
For real.
Yes. All right. So let's take a look at this next clip. This is Joy Reid. And guys, if you are in a blue state or a blue area and your area voted for Trump, hit that like button, please. We got to get these likes up. Hit the likes button. Take a look here. This is clip 4.
And we begin our final sprint, having arrived at that point in the election season where basically we on this side of the TV screen have said all we can. We've laid out the stakes in this crucial election, where one side stands for freedom while the other meets the textbook definition of fascism, namely a far-right dictatorial regime like Hitler's Germany or Franco's Spain or Mussolini's Italy, but also white-ruled South Africa before Mandela and the black majority took control, or Vladimir Putin's Russia, Viktor Orban's Hungary, or Nicolas Maduro in Venezuela today, that suppresses the rights of women and minorities, uses the military to execute the whims of a strongman dictator, and controls and suppresses the press, education, the arts, rewrites history to suit a favored and dominant racial class, and foments extravagant corruption in order to enrich the dictator and his friends.
Wow.
The thing about how disingenuous this woman is, how she gets through some of the things she says with a straight face is funny to me. But hear me, Joy Reid. This is going to be Trump's America, and all of us are going to benefit from it. Even you, especially you. You're going to benefit from it. Eventually, someone's going to knock on your door at MSNBC and tell you that you're no longer considered news. You're just simply entertainment. If you're not going to report the facts, we're going to need you to check the entertainment box. This woman hasn't reported a fact in so long. Oh my gosh. And all of the prepared pictures lined up of Mussolini, Hitler, and everybody, all of these men who've done horrible things. If Trump was who you said you were, who you said he is, your black ass wouldn't be on TV right now.
Exactly.
Right? If he was such a race baiter, there wouldn't be one black reporter on anything. There wouldn't be one woman who works outside of the home. None of that. They haven't paid any attention to what he's saying and what we've said by winning this election. And this is why they'll continue to lose. They've not learned the lesson. No. They've not learned the lesson.
I want to get you in on this, Shelley, but I mean, this BS has been wholly rejected by the American people. We got a trifecta yesterday. I mean, it was a mandate. People have wholly rejected their social justice, their DEI, their sexualization of our children, their this trans movement. All of it has been rejected, woman. Shelley.
And not by a little bit, by a lot.
Yes.
Right. By
I got 3 words for Joy Reid. F Joy Reid. Okay.
She dropped
She got all these pictures. But something is wrong with her.
Yeah.
No, and I mean that. I mean that in the best sense of the word. So RFK Jr., when you working on taking down the FDA, dismantling and all that, please, we still need the Psychiatric Association for a reason. Because we need more psychiatric facilities, and these people need medications. Something is wrong with Joy Reid, but I still say F her. She doesn't know freedom from what the lady said, the first lunatic, they're gonna put her back in chains, she's gonna be a slave. She doesn't know freedom.
She said, I'm gonna wake up a slave, right? Yeah.
She doesn't know freedom. I mean, if it slapped her in the face, okay? These people, again, the demagoguery, they haven't learned. That's why I'm not being gracious. They have not learned. They're not going to learn because all they see, they're seething with anger and hate and lies. They are the people who want to keep us in chains, if you will. These people have zero interest or best interest for most of the American people. Joy Reid will not be, if she gets fired tomorrow or whatever, she's not going to be affected. Joy Reid lives in a glass bubble in a sense, whatever. Nothing's going to affect her. F you, Joy. Joy comes in the morning, but damn it, you are angry. You are the epitome of the angry black woman. Not only that, you are ignorant, you demagogue. All those daggone monsters you showed have zero to do with Donald J. Trump or the American people. Or didn't you just learn the lesson? Only about a week ago, we were garbage, and then we were deplorable, we were irredeemable, we misogynist, all that stuff. It doesn't work. People in America, Americans know the real deal. Real knows real. And Donald J. Trump is certainly that. You're just going to have to be F yourself. Just go ahead.
I want to acknowledge the super chatters here, guys. Thank you so much. As you can see, we are fired up. Krista.
I brought it, Krista.
Oh, right. With the $5 super chat. Yes, she did. She says, break out the honey, Shelly. Y'all got me to stop feeling guilty for being white. I'm proud to be me. Thank you.
Don't ever feel guilty for being who you are.
Yes,
Don't you
be
dare.
proud. Laura with a $10 super chat says they think because Obama scolded us and all those celebrities that we would just fall in line. Hell no. We showed them who we really are. Absolutely, yes, we did. Fuzzy Balls with the $5 super chat. Thank you. Says Team God won. Yes, we did.
I told you. Yes,
Team Satan and the Democrats and satanic agenda lost. Sodom and Gomorrah wasn't just some fairy tale. You're right, Fuzzy Balls. And I want to. Go ahead, Shelly.
One for Krista. Here, Krista.
She gonna get it together. She got
Trump.
She gonna get it together.
All right. So I want to talk about the numbers here because you heard what's her name? Joy. Talk about she was blaming white people, and also today they're blaming the other. If the left, the Democrats. When something goes wrong, they find the nearest white man to blame, and it's Biden right now. Now they're putting it on Biden. We're going to get into that. But it wasn't the case. So she said it was white women. Harris underperformed with people of color. So according to the Daily Mail, while Harris made some gains with white women who went to college, that advantage was wiped out by voters of color, both with and without a college degree, who moved further toward Trump than they had with Hillary Clinton or President Joe Biden. Voters of color with college degrees voted for Harris by 35 percentage points, down from 43 for Biden in 2020 and plus 50 for Clinton in 2016. The drop in support from voters of color without a degree was even higher, with Harris still winning their support by 32 percentage points, down plus 46 for Biden and plus 56 for Clinton. She lost a large portion, or she didn't carry as large a portion as previous Democrats have done.
Absolutely.
Yes. So it wasn't white women. She lost in pretty much every category that Democrats generally win on.
There's a lot to the reasons why she lost that particular demographic, but mostly, and I'm going to keep harping on this, it's hard to like her.
Yes, it is.
She's not cordial. She's not warm. She's not funny. None of that.
It's all manufactured.
Everything that she has done is staged. She staged the door knock, and then yesterday she's supposed to be on the phone with a voter, but she had her photo app open on her phone. Everything is so contrived and so fake. Now, I think from a political standpoint, if she would have shown America who she really is, whether she's the dingiest person you've ever met or a person who's just been grossly misinterpreted, had she been her authentic self, that would have come through. Even people who say, well, I don't really like the things that Donald Trump says. Sometimes I don't like the way he behaves, but that's who he is. When you see him behind the stage at his rallies, and they're playing one of his songs, YMCA. He really likes that song.
Yeah, he does.
But you know, when you see him dancing, that's legitimately how that man dances. He has nothing to hide personality-wise. Nothing to hide. She, on the other hand,
Yeah,
much fake things happen to her.
She doesn't know who she is, and whoever she is, maybe she's not comfortable with herself, whatever. So all of these contrivances, Wisconsin, Georgia, I think you mentioned Georgia, all these places, the black vote, if you will, came through for Trump. His numbers have increased. Granted, they might still have the majority, but they have a less grip. That is a beautiful thing. You know, the mind is a terrible thing to waste. Remember that old commercial? The mind is a terrible thing to waste. Well, these black people, Latino voters, they said enough is enough. Guess what? They want economic stability and economic vibrance as well. They want the borders closed. They want their children to have good education. They want jobs. They want safety in their neighborhoods as much as possible. So that's just called being normal, okay? Not hearing all this joy comes in the morning and you know, aspirations and dreams and ambitions. Hell, if you can't keep your family safe and you can't work and you can't pay your bills, what damn dreams are? They're nightmares. Those are called nightmares. So again, this is my 5th one for the night.
There you go.
F you.
She's doing good. She's on 5.
I know.
She's on number 5.
And let's do a hand clap for the men.
Yes.
I mean,
Let's
the
hear
men.
it.
Come on, bruh. Come on, bruh. Come on.
Let's hear it for the boys.
You guys came through for Trump and for us and for the nation, and we want to thank you. If you are a male watching tonight, please hit that like button. If you
Hit
have
that
not,
like
hit the
button.
Oh my God, thank you so much. Teresa Raimundo with the $5 super
Teresa.
chat
Very
says,
good.
ladies, you do a great work. Shelly E, you are right.
Yes, she
yes,
is.
she is. But again, they tried, the media and the Democrats tried to win over this male vote to Kamala Harris, and you guys just were not budging. And we have this to show for it. They tried to put out Tim Walz as supposed to be the man to win over all men. This is who take a look. This is clip 5. This man is goofy. What a goofball. That's who was supposed to get men out to go for Kamala Harris.
You know, I was so happy during the campaign season when they made the switch to Kamala Harris. Everybody said, oh, you know, we're going to have a hard time because she's claiming to be black, blah, 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 blah. She's female. When she picked him as her running mate, it was like winning the lottery. We partied our faces off. We called him Tampon Tim for a reason. Let me tell you, when she could have picked Josh Shapiro in Pennsylvania, and it would have been a fight.
Yeah,
I mean, a hard fight. Yeah. Do you know? She picked the lamest person she could find, somebody that she could easily control, make no mistake, that would just take her orders and not be a free-thinking person. But when he finally had his chance to be introduced to the American public, people were like your reaction, KJ, what the hell?
Right. Yeah. She basically picked the male version of herself.
Yeah.
Almost no thought went into it. So he didn't really bring anything to even balance her out.
Well, he was supposed to be a sportsman, except for he almost, you know, you saw him loading the gun in between, the shotgun in between his legs.
He didn't bring anything, no policy, nothing that he could stand on to balance her out. Right. And she didn't realize that she was as ditzy as she was. I mean, like they propped her up, but now, F you.
Well, let's talk about that because, I mean, the male vote, the black male vote, another loss for Kamala. Harris also slightly underperformed Biden's numbers with black men, winning 78% of the black male vote, while Biden won 79% of the same demographic in 2020. Harris did improve her standing with black women, y'all dummies, as 92% voted for the vice president. In 2020, Biden won 90% of black women. But in some key states like Wisconsin, Trump vastly improved his standing with black men. So, I mean, hand clap for the men. I don't know what's wrong with the women, but hand clap for the men. I want to acknowledge our super chatters. We have some more here. Thank you so much, guys. We certainly appreciate you. Fuzzy Balls, again, with the $5 super chat, says one of the most overlooked things is that Trump and RFK Jr. will remove the fluoride from the water and poisons from the food. Yes, that was something they said they would do immediately. Truth Lady with the $2 super chat says he won the presidency, the House, and the Senate. Trifecta. Mark Garrett with the $10 super chat says, I wish I could watch this all night, LOL. You gals are great. Thank you.
I love that you call us gals.
He should have been here last night when we was, woo, it was a turn up.
Antoine with the $10 super chat. Thank you so much. Thank you. Feathered Serpent of the West. Thank you.
I love that name.
$20 super chat. We certainly appreciate you. All right, Norris with the $10 super chat says, don't mess with the Amish.
For
Came
sure.
in droves in PA. Also, Ohio lives close to the biggest population in the USA in Ohio. Wow.
That's right.
You guys are awesome. Thank you.
You know what the Amish like? They like their independence.
Oh, yeah.
They like their freedom. They don't want to rely on the government. They want to, man their farms and build their homes and educate their children. They don't want all this government intrusion in their lives. Yeah. That's what they like. Yes, they like freedom.
Yeah, but I want to get back to women because one of the groups of women that have really lost it, they're so upset today, was The View. And they are some of the nuttiest women out there. So take a look at here. This is them reacting to what occurred, Trump's victorious win, clip 6.
I don't know. I'm profoundly disturbed. I think if you look at the New York Times this morning, the headline was America makes a perilous choice. I think that in 2016, we didn't know what we would get from a Trump administration, but we know now. And we know now that he will have almost unfettered power. And so I worry not about myself, actually. I don't worry about my station in life. I worry about the working class. I worry about my mother, a retired teacher. I worry about our elderly and their Social Security and their Medicare. I worry about my children's future, especially my daughter, who now has less rights than I have. And I remember my father telling me many, many years ago that I was the first person in his family to enjoy full civil rights. And now I have less civil rights than I had when he told me that. So again, I'm profoundly disturbed that the 14th Amendment of the Constitution did not prevent someone who participated in an insurrection from becoming president of the United States. I think that going forward, the convicted felon box on employment applications better be taken off, because if you can be the president of the United States, then you should not be prevented from employment in this country, because I remember applying for my jobs as a federal prosecutor, and there was a box for convicted felons. Well, and so that box better be taken off. And I think our healthcare system is now at risk. I think
no fluoride for anyone.
Yeah, economists have made clear that he's going to increase the debt by $7.75 trillion. I'm worried about mass deportation and internment camps, and I'm also worried about Elon Musk warning Americans to prepare for temporary hardship. I'm surprised at the result, but I'm not surprised. As a woman of color, I was so hopeful that a mixed-race woman married to a Jewish guy could be elected president of this country. And I think that it had nothing to do with policy. I think this was a referendum of cultural resentment in this country.
Well, I think it.
Wow. You know what? So
all those lies.
Well, it's their point of view, and the whole thing with this particular host, her drilling down on the cultural aspects of Kamala's love life with her husband, none of that had anything to do with it. No one made a political point about who she's married to outside of his behavior, the race of who they are, his faith as being a Jew or not being practicing or whatever, had nothing to do with anything. No one likes her. Hell, you don't even really like her. Let's just keep it 100. She would have easily said the same things about Joe Biden if he were the candidate. We have got to get past this part of our national debate where you're looking for any little thing to nitpick. We have serious problems that we need to deal with. And we can't have a conversation with you if all you do is have this hyperbolic, mentality about every single thing. This woman has lost her ever-loving mind.
Oh, yeah.
She has lost it.
Did you notice that all of them had on black? They're in mourning, right? I thought Joy came in the morning. Then you look at her hair. Her hair's darker because a lot of times her hair is lighter, right? So they are literally in mourning. And she said she's deeply disappointed. First of all, you had the woman on your damn show, I think a couple times, right?
Yes.
You asked her the most substantive question you asked her was that anything she would have done differently. She couldn't answer that. She said, not a thing comes to mind.
Nope. Yeah.
I mean, so where was she prepared? She was not ready, Sonny. I know you're in mourning, and I know we're supposed to be gracious and understand, but I'm not ready to be gracious, okay? Because you all are loony, okay? You are loony. You all created this problem. You still have not taken responsibility. You're not going to. I'm not expecting them to, Nicole. They're not going to. They're going to find some way to blame other people, blame us. All of these, again, all this fear stuff she's talking about, they're going to whatever, the hardships and all this stuff. They really believe this stuff. That's why they are losing. They do not know the rest of America. They protect themselves in their own little worlds and they feed off of each other. They don't go outside their gates, so to speak, to mess with or mingle with real Americans who get up every day, go to work, have to, think about their children, pack their lunches. Maybe they don't. They have to scrape together from paycheck to paycheck sometimes. They don't know what real Americans actually do, how they live. They don't know. They actually think of us like this. You know why they think of us like that? Because they told us. They called us deplorable. They told us we were garbage. They told us this is what they think of us. Yeah. They think we are stupid. Herman Cain, rest in peace, told us that. They think we're stupid. Yep. They think we are lower than they are, that we don't deserve to be in the same world with them. Well, guess what, Sonny? I told you a couple weeks ago, all of you people who are confused about your heritage, your race, your ethnicity, take your asses back to wherever you want to go. You are free to leave. Go. You are free. Go. Sonny, you have plenty of money. You won't miss a thing. Go. Pack up some people if you want. All of your interracial people or whoever you are, and go. You are free to go. F you.
Yeah, I want to dig into some of the things she said because it was stunning what she said. So worrying about the working class. So we saw today, just today, after Trump won, the Dow went up, what,
1,500.
1,500
It was 800 when we left here this morning. Literally this morning. When we left here this morning, I got in the car. It was 800, had gone up 800 points at that time.
Yeah, and now it was up 1,500 points. So what is she talking about? Talking about the working class. We have been under heavy stress from this Biden-Harris inflation and this economy. I know more people now within the last several years that had to take out 2 and 3 jobs than any other period. That is what the working class has had to endure under this Biden-Harris administration. Then she said her daughter has less rights than she does. I don't know what she's talking about there.
First of all, you should know, Miss Prosecutor with a JD, it's not she has lesser rights, she has fewer. So let's get your English
She doesn't
correct.
even have fewer rights.
I'm saying that she should be the English there first. But what rights? Only just to suck her child down and sing? That's what is she talking about? She doesn't even have that. That's not even lost. She can pay for that and go wherever. Sonny can probably pay for a professional, high class one for her daughter. Her daughter is a millionaire just by virtue of her parents, okay? A multi-millionaire. She hasn't lost anything.
Listen, she lives in New York. New York has, I think abortion up through and inclusive of 9 months,
like
right?
Maryland
Like
does.
Maryland now has. The thing that was so disingenuous for me with her, that tirade about abortion being a civil right. Abortion is not a civil right. It's never been a civil right. It's not about to be a civil right. And no matter how many times you say it, does not make it true.
Right.
This is the thing. They think if they lie enough over and over again,
But they
that
actually
eventually
believe it. They actually believe it.
But what
idiots.
happened to me last night? this morning. It was about 2:45, and we were finally leaving headquarters in DC, and we got an Uber. So the Uber driver was a Pakistani guy, you know. So we get into the car. I'm with another friend of mine, a girl, and we're sitting there, and she's just talking to me about the election. She's really excited, you know. It's her first presidential win, so she's kind of all over the place. I'm pretty excited myself, right? So he's crying, real tears. So he's like dabbing at his eye, pulling his eyeglass. The driver, and I'm like, why does he not have his hand on the wheel, sir? I'm gonna need you to focus in, right? So he turns around and he says, we're at the red light. Did Kamala win? I said, oh, no. I said, no, Donald Trump is the new president-elect. And he started to weep.
Wow.
Weep real tears. And I'm thinking, oh, man, this is a poignant moment. And he goes, but we're all going to get deported.
Oh.
And I'm like, what? So he's trying to explain to me that while he has his green card and he's working and he's studying, there are people in his friends group who don't have a green card.
Well, they better get one because I want to go home.
They overstayed their visas and all that. I mean, like he's telling me all the sob stories, and they're from Pakistan.
I don't have no tears for that part.
Yada yada yada.
I'm sick of it, Nicole. I'm sorry. I mean, I appreciate him being here in the green card, and they got green cards. You're here legally, fine. But I've said before, if you are not here legally, I want you to go. I do. I want them to be shipped out. So I have no sympathy for his friends and family. Ship their asses out. F them too. This is America. Get your green card. Come here legally. We're sick of it. Sick of it. Over it a couple of years ago or more. Get out.
Yeah, I mean, what's happened is this is an actual creation of the Democrat Party.
Yep.
So honestly, nobody wanted this. Nobody wanted this, but the Democrats have failed to secure our border. Absolutely. They have failed to enforce the rule of law. And so now we have people who came here illegally, established lives here, and they're going to have to be shipped back. And you know, it is just people of who have feelings. You know, it's something that I'm sorry about, but it has to happen.
Well, I'm not sorry. I'm with Shelley. Let me tell you, I understand the immigration process better than most people because of what I do for a living. The problem that I have with him is I said, well, how long have they been here? Well, you know, he's his second wife, and he's been here at least 10 years. So you mean to tell me in 10 years he could not get his green card? That tells me that his intent was to stay illegally in this nation. He intentionally broke the law.
Our government was not even actively seeking out these people to make them accountable.
Yes.
So it's like a two-way street. So again, and if I were not an American, you know, I'm a Native American, I was born here. If I were not born here in America, United States, I would want to come here too.
Absolutely.
Right? And so I don't fault people for trying to come here for the whatever, the benefits, not the benefits, welfare, the opportunity to come here for their dreams, aspirations, and ambitions, right? I don't fault them for that. What I do fault them for, and certainly our government is not enforcing our borders. You should be stopped at the border. You don't have a green card, you're not here legally, then you cannot come here. And you certainly cannot stay to get all these judges to stamp you, catch and release foolishness, putting the rest of us at risk. Not only at risk physically, but there's a financial cost to it. I'm tired of paying for other people's stuff. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of paying for other people's illegitimate children, even if they're Americans. But I can kind of sleep with that because they are Americans, right? I'm tired of paying for people's illegal children. I'm tired of it. F you. Get home. Get the boats. Get the planes. Hook them up. Round them up, and send them back to wherever they came from. I have zero shame or zero guilt about that.
No, I want to acknowledge our super chatters, you guys. Thank you so much. Let's see here. We have here. All right. Shantia Frazier with the $5 super chat says, I can find peace in hearing the truth. Amen. Keep up the good work, ladies. Thank you, Shantia. We appreciate you. Oh, another $5 super chat from Narisa says, meanwhile, Jill Biden wore red.
She did, and I loved every minute of it.
She did. Thank you so much. All right, Magdalena. She is a new member of our Freedom Seekers Club.
Good job.
We appreciate you. Thank you so much. All right, Gerard. Yes, thank you.
Gerard.
Another member who has joined Freedom Seekers. We appreciate you. Thank you so much. Fuzzy Balls back with the $5 super chat. Says Bishop Patrick Wooden, if vote Democrat, I am not sure how you can even call yourself a Christian. This is a rebuke of Jamal Bryant and Roland Martin. I agree with you 100% there. Yes, PB Hardy with the $10 super chat. Thank you so much. Says, Whoopi, take your millions along with your miserable co-workers and leave the country, please.
Thank you.
All right. Fernandez with the $3 super chat says, amen, F off, we full.
Agreed.
All right. Satire with the $5 super chat says, Chef Trump Chef Trump had that special spatula the way he was flipping states last night. They got House, Senate, and Oval Office. Trump 2024. Yes.
Thank you all.
All right. So I want to bring to you guys, so according to the ladies on The View, Kamala Harris ran a flawless campaign. This is clip 7. Take a look.
I mean, aside from buck naked dancing on the top of the table, I don't know what else she could have done.
I don't think she could have done more. I think she left it all out on the field. I think she raised $1 billion in 3 months. I think that she ran a flawless campaign, and I maintain that. I think now it's the time for us to work.
Wow.
It is time for us to work. And listen, I took several victory laps yesterday. I was on my petty wop last night like nobody's business. We partied our faces off. We popped the bottles. We patted ourselves on the back. We grew the Republican Party by minority voters and especially the bros, the black men. We worked really hard for that, bridging that gap. We worked really hard for that. So yesterday, last night, this morning really, was our time to just kind of let it all out. Today, it's not about grace. It's about pushing ourselves forward, right? Some people are going to feel some kind of way, and they're entitled to their feelings. Fight to the death for you to feel some kind of way. However, we're in the business of nation building, our own nation, like we do for everybody else in the world when they're struggling. The United States comes in and props up your government. We need to prop ourselves up. We're at a place right now where the economy was stagnant, if we're just using their words, not ours. They only made 12,000 jobs in a month across the nation. That tells me that we're in recession. It's going to be tough. And Elon Musk was right. There are going to be some hard times. But if we have a goal, and that goal is a part of a greater plan, we need as many Americans as possible to jump in and do your part. Jump in and do your part. Now, Sonny's never going to be one of them. Whoopi's never going to participate. It's okay. Our success will bring them to the fold. It'll bring them to the fold.
I got one proof that Sonny is delusional about her claim that she ran a flawless campaign. You know what the one proof is? The one proof, she didn't win. It's that easy.
The 292 electoral votes.
Trump won, and so did his whole team, whatever. Trump won. That's the proof. That's just delusional. If she had won, Sonny, and her campaign was so flawless, you wouldn't be on there today with all black on and mourning, with your eyes looking like you've been crying on. You would not be there. So you just delusional. F you.
Yeah, and I totally agree. And before, I want to go into some of the numbers behind how she did not run a flawless campaign. I got to tell you guys, we do have merch.
Yes.
So if you want to support us, we have hats, we have, what do you call it? T-shirts,
mugs,
sweatshirts, hoodies. Check out our merch. You go to poppinpoliticslive.com and then you click on the shop button and you can get all the stuff that we carry there for our merch, and it does support us in a great way. Thank you so much for that.
Do you want to hear a startling fact about why you should buy your merch now? There are 7 Fridays before Christmas.
Oh, okay.
That scares me.
And guess what? There's less than 24 hours. Trump became president.
Yeah, definitely load up on that stuff.
Buy your stuff now.
Closer to him being elected than we are to Christmas.
Yeah,
let me tell you.
Absolutely. I want to talk about why she didn't run a flawless campaign. So we saw, first of all, when Biden, let's even go back before she entered the race. Let's talk about how we all, as conservatives, were calling out the craziness we saw in Biden, his degeneracy, his senility. We were calling these things out for months, almost probably a year or so out. And the left told us we were crazy. They said we were lying. Corinne Jean-Pierre said these were cheap fakes, as we put it. And one of the loudest voices of opposition to that was Kamala Harris. She told us that Biden was one of the smartest people that she knew. She watched him with the generals. He was on point. He was sharp as a tack. And then he had the debate, and we saw the truth that he was not. So, of course, they push him out because they said, well, he's not going to win. And they bring in Harris. She waited over 30 days before she even spoke to the media, before she did an interview, before she did press conferences. She did nothing. That is not running a flawless campaign. Then what did she do? She gave her ass to kiss to the Catholics, to the people of faith, to workers, all the people. And she lost a big chunk of the Catholic vote.
Yes.
Trump also won the Catholic vote back from Biden, who won it in 2020 with 52% of the demographic. Trump won 56% of the Catholic vote. Harris lost Dearborn, Michigan. It is widely believed that Harris and the Democrats didn't aggressively call out the anti-Semitism that swept the country following October 7th.
Say it again, KJ. How many times Trump?
Trump won 56% of the Catholic vote. I mean, so again, we're talking about people of faith. We're talking about these people, the Jewish community that watched these protests at these Ivy League campuses. People Jewish professors and students couldn't even get onto campus. And Kamala Harris and the Democrats continue to support it. They did not push back against it.
One of the things that I thought was interesting about Michigan and the Arabs who live in Dearborn, here's the thing. You can't play both sides publicly in this world where the media is so flat, right? So you hear her say to the Jewish people, I'm going to make sure that the state of Israel is protected. I am a friend of, we're going to be great allies. And then a couple of days later, she's speaking to Arab people saying, well, the fighting is going to stop in Gaza. You can't play both sides of the aisle when you are running to be president of the United States. It's going to get reported. It's going to get picked up by X. And no one trusts you. Not only just the Jews and the Arabs, but everybody's going, well, wait a minute. Didn't she just say that she really likes black men? Does she really? Because these two people she's told lies to, she's lying to me too.
And one thing America and its president, or the president, the representative, should not do is play with terrorists.
Absolutely.
You don't give terrorists the idea or even the inkling that you're going to be soft with them. No, you do what you need to do with terrorists, and you tell them, if you do X, your ass will be blown up. Your ass will be grass. You will be effed.
Yeah.
That's my how many times?
That's 9. She's on 9.
Yeah, exactly.
Keep it count. The next one's going to be 10. It's going to be.
But they just don't get. The left just does not get it. They either don't understand this or they refuse to understand that the American people were not going for this. Here we have Van Jones reacting. Of course he's whining. This is clip 9.
Because I'm thinking about the people who are not a part of anybody's elite, who are hurting tonight. There are African-American women who know a little bit about being talked down to and know a little bit about having their economic dreams crushed, who tried to dream a big dream over the past couple of months. And tonight they're trading in a lot of hope for a lot of hurt. And they were hoping that maybe this time, one of their own could be seen as worthy. And once again, they were facing rejection. And that hurts. They thought tomorrow morning they're going to walk out with their shoulders back a little bit, maybe able to breathe for the first time and feel like they belong someplace. They did everything that they knew how to do. And it's going to be harder than it should be tomorrow for them to hold their heads up. And they're not the only people who are hurting tonight. If you're a parent of a trans kid, your child's face was used as a springboard to power for somebody. That doesn't feel good. There are going to be people tomorrow, we're going to be handing clothes at the dry cleaners to people who don't have papers. There are going to be people who are going to be cleaning your teeth tomorrow who don't have papers. And they're terrified tonight. And so it's easy to blow this off. Oh, look at the elites. They're going to get their comeuppance. It's not the elite that's going to pay the price. It's people who woke up this morning with a dream and are going to bed with a nightmare. And those people didn't deserve to be respected and held and talked to. Those are the people who are going to pay the price for whatever Donald Trump decides to do.
Yeah, but Van, how do we know that those people didn't vote? A large portion of those people aren't part of the people that elected Donald Trump.
Well,
right? I think that's a good part of the electorate. And the black women, the party, the Democratic Party, let those black women down. Not Donald Trump.
Come on now. Come on now. He was about to let him have it.
I gotta walk in this. Van said there's gonna be some black women that wake up and they don't know how to walk with their shoulders back. Let me show you how you do that. Walk. That's how you walk.
Oh my gosh.
Absolutely.
That's what you do.
Absolutely. This man is full of it. First of all, okay, first let me preface this by saying I have no issue with interracial dating or anything like that. But for him to sit up there and say maybe black women felt like they were finally going to belong, that somebody was going to choose them. Negro, you don't even choose a black woman.
Okay.
Your wife isn't
Come
black.
on.
You married a white woman. Your girlfriend is white. So what are you talking about? It burns me that these leftists get on here and racialize everything, and they don't even do what they say. You are not married to a black woman. You don't have a black girlfriend. You don't choose black women. So why are you chastising us?
Thank you.
Do you know what's funny is just last week they had the, as you referred to it, the Bitch Made Summit. So they had the Bitch Made Summit where they were absolutely in favor of not having any more little girls.
Right.
Let's abort them all, right?
Exactly.
The one surefire way to make sure that there's going to be a feminist movement is if we stop aborting girls. Mm-hmm. If we stop aborting babies, we may actually get a real movement of women about doing women things. The problem I have with Van is that, he's trying to come across as caring and gentle, and I'm this real soft dude, and I'm going to line up everybody and give y'all hugs, and black women, I know y'all suffering. Let me tell you, black women in Georgia voted for Trump. Mm-hmm. Not because they were some way disenfranchised by Kamala or her lack of policy. They don't like her. I don't know how else to tell y'all that. She's not likable. And not only not likable for people who belong to her own sorority, the people who go to the type of churches that she goes to, she's not likable by women like me who get up and go to work every morning.
Thank you.
Who volunteer in their communities, who do all the things I need to do to make sure that the people who live in my area, in my state, are good. I don't like her.
Let me tell you, the problem I have with Van is that he's a bitch. That's just it. Now, I hear that he's a nice bitch. I mean, from the media, people say he's nice. Okay, fine. But that's the problem I have. He's a bitch. But on the other hand, one thing I keep saying, I've been saying it, and I just looked it up. I just had to Google it real quick. Because of Van, Kimberly Clark owns Kleenex. Mm-hmm. The stock price is trading at about $135. I gotta get me some. Because because of you, this stock is gonna go up, and I need to get it so that I can make sure I get the increase. So I thank him for that. But other than that, he's just a bitch.
Yeah, not only that, but let's talk about these numbers, folks. Harris lost in multiple areas that haven't voted for the Republican presidential candidate in more than a century. Mm-hmm. Trump eked out a win in Fall River, Massachusetts, which hasn't voted for a GOP presidential candidate in 100 years. Calvin Coolidge, who was from Massachusetts, was the last Republican to win Fall River in 1924. This is how poorly she ran as a candidate. The person who did not receive a single vote in the primary. Mm-hmm.
Well, they're thinking about that now. As the autopsy continues, you see some of them kind of walking away from the emotionalism because they do have to figure it out. They do have to figure out what happened and why America doesn't like them, why America looked at what they offered and said, no, thank you. And not a little bit. I'm talking about 70, maybe 75% of the voting public was like, no, thank you, fam. You can keep her over there. And I don't think it was simply all about her, although she's highly unlikable. I think it had a lot to do with the way that they treat us.
Well,
you know,
I think that's
elitism.
They still don't understand, number one, why more and more minorities, black people, are not buying into this race fear mongering. That's number one. But number two, their own Democratic strategist told them years ago when James Carville, he said it's the economy, stupid. He told you that. He's still living. He's been ranting and raving in the last couple of months or so, like basically y'all not doing the right things. He told you this when Clinton was running. You don't believe your own strategist. It's the economy, stupid. The number one and number two issue this whole campaign has been the economy and the border. You don't learn.
And then when you couple those items, which they were doing poorly on in policy, you couple that with how she's very unlikable. She has a personality as vibrant as a white chalkboard. Then you get this. Take a look at this. This is her in clip number 8.
Weeping may endure for a night, but joy cometh in the morning. The path may seem hard, the work may seem heavy, but joy cometh in the morning, and church morning is on its way.
She's right, and it came. Hallelujah. Preach. Preach it. You hear me? Preach.
Yeah.
Do you know that is the angriest joy I have ever seen?
Yeah, it's so fake. It's fake.
Yes. But you know what? That's the one thing. The one thing that she delivered passionately. The one thing, because for the most part, she does this. She reads the teleprompter. She goes, "Good morning. My name is Kamala Harris."
Oh, and she loves Venn diagrams.
Right. Take a look at this.
Okay, I'm going to just get the face of that.
So you asked, are there any places that the vice president is overperforming Joe Biden in 2020? So we could show you that as well. We just bring that out here. Harris overperforming in 2020.
Holy smokes.
There you go. So let this go away and see if there's anything on the east side
there.
Literally nothing?
Literally nothing.
Literally not one county?
So you asked.
He was fit to be tied.
That was shady. That was hockey shady.
Holy
Jake Tapper was fit to be tied.
That was hockey shady.
Jiminy Crickets.
I'm going to tell you, yesterday I covered the election for our Fox affiliate in DC, and it was very interesting. I did like 10 hits for them. By hit number 3, it was quiet in the studio. And it's never quiet in the studio. There's always somebody joking around, the crew's, goofing off or having some kind of fun. By hit number 5, the Dem strategist that was sitting opposite me, his name is Kevin, and he's a big time Dem, was on his cell phone perpetually. He was like, tappity, tappity, tappity. So I'm sitting next to him going, stretching my eyes to see. And they saw it slipping away. They saw it slipping away. Yeah, they saw it slipping.
And you know what else they see slipping away? What they can't believe and they can't really fathom is that we've been saying it, we said it many times on here, the Republican Party, I guess you want to call it, has changed, right? We are now the party of the working people, the regular folk, if you will. We are, and we can legitimately say that. They have been catering to the celebrities, the ass shakers.
Big Pharma.
Exactly. They've been catering to all those people.
All the food poisoners.
All the elites, whatever, coming out, crying all their tears. But they cannot understand how this shift, if you will, has happened. You know why? Just be real with people. Just be real. People are people. People want real. People want you to understand and see how they actually live based on the policies that you are supposed to be implementing and putting in play and how it affects their lives. Trump did that. Like him or not, love him or hate him, he was real, and they cannot understand that.
Yeah, and if you guys understand it, get those likes up, folks.
For sure.
Hit the like button. We got to help move this algorithm, this video up on YouTube. Please hit the like button. If you haven't done so already, subscribe. I want to talk about her concession speech. So you guys know Kamala Harris gave a concession speech today, finally, which I thought was in poor taste that she didn't call Trump last night.
Oh, she called him today, I think.
Well,
Right,
first
she
of all,
waited
when she
24
sent the
hours.
crowd home at Howard yesterday, that was tacky. That was super tacky. Listen, I get it. You were in your feels. You saw it slipping away. I understand there was a couple of moments where she was kind of losing her self-control a bit. I probably would too if I spent $1 billion on a losing effort. You needed some time to gather yourself, but you gather yourself and you go address the people who volunteered to help you. You go out and say, listen, guys, this may not turn out the way that we thought it was going to turn out, but we're going to keep fighting. And you say it to their face. You don't send a surrogate.
But her predecessor did the same thing.
Yes.
So.
Right. Well, but those are photos from the concession speech, and I have a little bit of what she said. So these are people that were watching at the time. And she says, "I will never give up the fight for a future where Americans can pursue their dreams, ambitions, and aspirations, where the women of America have the freedom to make decisions about their own body and not have their government telling them what to do. We will never give up the fight to protect our schools and our streets from gun violence. In America, we will never give up the fight for our democracy, for the rule of law, for equal justice, and for sacred idea that every one of us, no matter who we are, where we start out, has certain fundamental rights and freedoms that must be respected and upheld."
I want to know again, what freedom do these people not have, women not have? So what freedom?
Actually, one freedom, she said, fundamental rights and freedoms no matter who we are or where we start out. How about if you start out in the womb? You don't have a right to live.
Yeah.
What about that?
What about during the scamdemic? Millions of people lost their jobs or couldn't work or whatever because they refused to take the shot. Yeah. But that was forced on fundamental rights.
Right.
And they tried to force it on us even more with the OSHA mandate, but thank God for the Supreme Court, and they stopped it.
Well, wait a minute. They're forcing it on our children now because by the time that you're 4 years old, you need to have 3 vaccines. It's a part of the shot record.
Yeah.
It's a part of the shot record. Nothing's changed. This is all about control,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
So when you see these pundits on TV and they're breaking down and they're having these, very introspective, soft moments, it's simply because they're seeing a loss of control of who they believed to be highly controllable. Black voters. Ooh. The Democratic Party's backbone were Black voters. So when we started to kind of chip away, we didn't talk to people and say, well, you're a Black guy, let me talk to you about voting. Or you're a Black woman, let me talk to you about voting. We said, you're an American, let's talk to you about voting. Absolutely. We're not going to silo you. You have just as much right as a Black man, as a white man, as a Latino man. It makes no difference.
Can we see those pictures again? Oh. Can we see those pictures again?
The crying,
yeah, the crying,
the lamenting, the gnashing of teeth.
This is another faction of her people that voted for her. These are mentally ill people.
First of all, these are Democratic operatives. Don't get them jacked up with you that these are some students. These are Democs.
Mentally ill. I'm gonna go back to what I said beginning of the show. I'm not feeling gracious at all. F them all.
That's
go get
number
your
10.
medications.
That's 10.
Go get your medications. Make sure you get your treatment. I don't care. Cry until your eyes dry out. That's how I feel today. And again, it might be until the end of the year, whatever. I'm not feeling gracious or kind. Bump that. I have zero sympathy for you, okay? Your freedoms are just as many as I have, you have too. I don't care. F you, and the next one, roll the tape producers, you, and you. F all of you. Cry me a river. Cry.
I think we're at 17 now. 17 FUs. Let's go, Shelly. So this is what happens when we're up all night, right? We're up all night. Guys, this is a really poignant moment in American history for both sides of the aisle, right? They didn't get what they wanted, then they're used to getting the participation trophy, and it doesn't work that way in politics. You have to have a bit of a thicker skin. When your candidate loses, you have to be graceful, and it takes some, behind the scenes crying and lamenting, right? But you still have to find it in you to push forward. One of the things I did not hear in her concession speech was congratulations, Mr. Trump.
Well, she said she called him and told him that, right?
Well, she called him and conceded.
Oh, okay. I thought she
We
said
don't know what she said to him when she called him.
But she could have been talking to the daggone camera again.
It could have been anything, but I think that today, what was missing in her speech, and her speechwriter did a lovely job saying a lot about nothing, right? But one of the things I was looking to hear from her was her telling her people that we're all in this together, right? And although we didn't get what we wanted to get, it didn't go our way, we are going to work together for a brighter future for everybody in America. But what I heard her say was fight.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, she sounded like Trump, fight, but
she
nobody shot her in the head.
She just stole everything else. She stole his tax policy.
Yeah.
You know, now she want to do the border, build the wall and stuff. So why not?
You know?
Hit the fight. I want to acknowledge our super chatters, folks. Thank you so much. All right, we have Cricket
Thank
with
you.
a $2 super chat. Thank you, Cricket. Kung Fu CJ, y'all got me rolling. Cry me a river. Yes. Cricket says, I'm a 71-year-old Mississippi white girl.
Okay, now.
Never allow anyone tell you how to think. I
Absolutely.
love y'all.
Thank you, Miss Cricket. Thank you, Miss Cricket.
Yes, thank you. Kung Fu CJ with the $5 super chat says, thank God for Elon. Thank God.
Yes.
His passion for the 1A1 for Trump. People were able to hear both sides. They could make a decision for themselves.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. Fuzzy Balls with the $10
Thank
super
you,
chat.
Fuzzy.
Says, hopefully there is some healing for the black church. I don't know. You know what the Bible says. The church is going to become here.
Right.
We won't have a facility to go. It's going to become here, and it's going to get smaller and smaller. That satanic show Jamal Bryant put on for Kamala was disgusting. It was. God, it was.
And he's right.
disgusting. It was
shameful.
satanic.
It was evil. It was hateful.
Yes, it was. There needs to be a greater demand to put God's will and the Bible first in church. Absolutely. Thank you, Fuzzy Balls. You've been on point tonight.
Yes, he has. Out here showing off.
Stonewall with the $20 super chat. Thank you.
Thank you.
Says, love what you ladies are doing. Keep speaking truth to power. Yes, thank you. All right, too white for code. With the $20 super chat. Thank you. Says, thank y'all for a voice of reason.
Thank you.
Yes,
Thank
we
you all.
appreciate
Thank
you
everybody.
all. We appreciate. And guys, you know, I got teary-eyed last night because we did this.
Yeah.
We did this. Ooh, see, I said, we did this. We all did this. Oh my God! I hope the place don't catch on fire.
Oh, the speaker.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, this was something we all fought right along with Trump.
Absolutely.
Knocking doors with this broadcast, you know, trying to get people to understand the truth, get the facts out. You know, Ultra MAGA. I mean, we did this. We should be so proud of ourselves, folks. You know, and especially with this program, we're global. I mean, I had people reaching out to us from all over the world.
Yes.
Saying that this was a factor. So we have so much to be proud of, and we have a country that we love, no matter your skin color, no matter your gender. We have a country that we love, and we want to save it. And I just thank you guys. I think the community that we're building here, we got to continue to stay in touch and continue to connect with one another, because it's not over, folks.
Oh, it's just getting started. It's just getting started.
We have to get the music to dance us out.
Yeah.
We gotta do the Trump dance.
He likes that. He likes that Macarena.
Yeah. We gotta get something festive to get us out of here.
All right, producers, get ready.
Yeah.
We tried to do that last night at the party. Nobody could remember like how the motions go.
Yeah, I'll dance anything.
I know, right?
So, yes, we did. We did.
Yes. But this does it for us tonight. We are at the end of the time, guys. We will be back. We'll probably be back this week. Definitely by Monday. This is our Wednesday night show. Make sure you hit that like button. Please hit the like button. Share this broadcast.
Get some merchandise.
Yes.
Christmas is coming.
Merch.
I hate to be the one. I hate to be the one to say 7
Fridays.
Fridays.
Oh, 7 Fridays.
7 Fridays.
Wow,
7 Fridays.
Well, you know what? Today was Christmas for me. I said this today. It was Christmas morning, folks. We have President Trump won in a landslide. It's nothing that they can say.
Not only a landslide, but a full mandate. The
House, full mandate, the Senate. Trifecta.
But let me tell you, now we're on the hot seat.
Yeah.
Now we got to lead. And
whatever these mandates are, the first 2 years they need to get done.
Oh, they're going to.
They better get done.
Let me tell you.
January 21st.
Let's talk about that before we go. So, what do you guys think he should tackle first or second?
Oh, the first thing we're going to drill, baby, drill. We've got to get energy prices down. It's wintertime coming up. Well,
I'm looking at taxes, changing the IRS codes. I'm looking at all that stuff. The first 2 years, getting these illegals out. Seriously, round them up, rope them up. Maybe might need Wonder Woman's lasso, but get their butts out of here. Let's go.
Listen, I'm getting the crap out of our food. I bought some wheat thins at the grocery store, and I'm reading the back, and it says genetically modified products may contain. I was like, it's a damn wheat thin. What are you modifying?
We are the United States of America.
I'm thinking, one thing he did say constantly on the stump at the rallies was he wanted to end this war in Ukraine and Russia. So I'm looking for him to get involved with that and wrap that up before the end of January.
Oh, I think they're going to wrap
it up. I'm also possibly, or at least I'm thinking that if one of the Supreme Court justices retire, he'll have another nomination, right?
Yeah,
but again, all in all, we are the United States of America. We can actually walk and chew gum at the same time. So it doesn't just have to be one policy or one change, this 6 months. And no, we can start a rolling policy change to put us on 2 years. And all of you people in Congress, you Republicans, you want to act crazy, you want to start showing your ass, 2 years, midterms, we're going to say F you too.
And what about Mitch McConnell? What do you guys think?
I think he's going to retire.
Oh, he is. He's done. It's a wrap. I mean, at $30 million ahead.
I thank him for staying there this long and holding it down. Thank you for the service. Now I think he's going to retire. We got the Senate. We look like we're going to have the House. And again, I was okay with divided government, which is fine. But we got the mandate. Let's use our time and our resources and our people. Use it wisely. Use it well. But let's get busy.
Talk about just walk with a big stick. So Trump, is the elected, president-elect, just with not even has it been 24 hours yet, and the Houthis said, we got to wrap this thing up.
Yes.
we got to stop this.
Let me tell you.
They already are shaking in their boots.
As well they should, because listen, this is what leadership looks like.
Yes.
Because he's not somewhere texting somebody, I'm going to blow you off the face of the planet. What he's saying is, our military is going, listen, we're going to give you one opportunity to get yourself together. And when you don't, it's going to be a whole problem. And not like, Joe Biden, we're not going to, or Barack Obama, we're not going to just drop a pallet of money and ask you to be our friend. That's not what's going to happen. We're going to get this world together. Quote me. The first 100 days of this Trump administration, we're going to get more done for the American people than the Democrats have done in the last 16 years since they've held the White House.
Wow. Well, they said this presidency, they said, would be transformative, like I think it was Kennedy's.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay.
Kennedy's presidency. Folks, we got a mandate.
Yep.
We got a mandate.
And we better use it right.
Wear your Trump hats until the end of the year. This is me. I might not even wash this. I'm just going to, tomorrow, whole weekend, I might wear this until Monday. So, guys, pray for me. I am in Baltimore City, and these are some nutty leftists out here.
Yes, they're nutty all over the state. Yeah. They're nutty all over.
We have another super chat. Vita.
Hi, Vita.
Yes, we missed you tonight. She says with a $2 super chat, says 20 million illegals did not take COVID shot.
Nope.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Nope.
Well,
all right, Mr. Producers, we got our music.
Yeah, do we have our music?
He said
no? Oh, my God.
All right. Well, that does it for us tonight, folks. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, count your blessings and live a life of purpose. Good night.
I hate to be the person that gets on here and cries, but this could...
Are you done?